Good morning and welcome to Strengths and Balance. My name is Hannah and I am a senior fitness instructor with Stonebridge Community Services. Let's make sure we have some weights today for this class. I'm going to use this set of dumbbells. You can use whatever size feels great for you. We are going to use a timer, and that means that we'll do 8 exercises 3 times each. We'll be working just for a certain amount of time, 30 seconds each time. So that means that we don't have to rush. We're not trying to count to a certain number of reps. We can take it at our own pace. We will not be on the floor for anything today. We'll be standing, but we will use the wall for a kind of equipment for one exercise. So make sure you have the space at the wall. What else do we need? Don't remember if I told you to grab some water, but grab some water. It's not too hot today, but we should warm up and keep hydrated regardless of the weather. We will finish with some balance exercises, and in about 45-ish minutes, we will be ready and on our way to start the day. All right, we're going to come up to feet and we will warm up and then we'll get started. All right, so let's begin. Okay, we're going to stand up nice and tall and we're going to march on the spot, moving those arms forwards and backwards, lifting our feet, lifting up and ahead. Let's take a nice deep breath, a big inhale and exhale. Deep breath in, reach those hands up and out, lower down, and again, deep breath in and out. Good, let's pull those shoulders up towards our ears and relax them down. Lift those shoulders and lower. And pull those shoulders up and down. Lift and lower. Great, let's roll our shoulders. Nice big circles. And let's roll our shoulders forwards. Good, let's bring those arms out to the side, little circles here. And back the other way. Keep those feet marching. We're going to bend at the elbows, bring those hands in towards your chest and out. Hands in and out. Hands in and out. Hands in and out. Let's bring those hands up like a goalpost. Hands and elbows in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. Let's pivot, lower those hands down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. Let's relax those arms. Excellent. We're going to tap those toes forwards. We're marching those arms. And let's tap those toes to the sides. Let's take one foot, tap your toe and your heel. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, and heel. Switch to the other side, tap your toe and heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, and heel. Let's bring these feet together. We're going to tap our toes. We can wiggle our fingers. And let's tap our heels, tap fingers to your thumb. Good, let's tap our toes, both feet at the same time. We can circle our wrists. Tap those heels so toes are on the floor. Circle those wrists the other way. Good. Let's stand with those feet hip width apart and let's circle those hips nice and slowly. Back in the other direction. Good. Take a nice deep breath here. Big inhale. And exhale, lower down. Excellent. All right, we're going to start that timer. I'll run through that first exercise and then we will proceed. So we're going to hold one weight. We're going to do a regular squat, stand back up. So like this, we're going to squat, stand up, then we're going to squat down, hold the squat, and we go up an inch, down an inch. You can see this is a very small movement, and we pulse like that. Pause, take a break whenever you need to, because we are going to really feel it. It's going to it's going to build in the thighs. Take nice deep breaths. The closer your bum is to the floor, or bigger, the lower you are in the squat, the more challenging it will be. So you can be quite upright, or you can be further down if that feels good. So lots of ways to modify this. All right, let's begin. It's going to count us down for 10 seconds. I think, yep. And then we'll begin. So we'll do one full squat to begin with, and then we will proceed with that pulse. So here we go, 30 seconds. Nice big squat, and let's choose that halfway down spot, up an inch, down an inch. Taking deep breaths, just a small movement. The weight is in your heels. Your chest is nice and tall. Good, 5 more seconds. Good, we have a 10-second break. We're going to repeat that the same way. So we'll do one full squat and then hold that position to pulse. Here we go. Inhale, lower down, up, halfway down, and pulse. Try and keep those shoulders nice and relaxed. And a light grip on your weight. Chest tall, deep breaths. Good, and back up. Excellent, 10 seconds, we have one more of these to do. We're going to do that full squat first. Inhale, exhale to stand, halfway down, up an inch, down an inch. Yeah, nice small movements. Relax through that upper body. Don't hold your breath. Good. And up. Excellent. Pop the weight down. Good. And grab a drink here. Switching to the upper body, we're going to hold a weight in each hand. We're going to do a bicep curl. It's a little different than usual. I'm going to take one hand and I'm going to curl and bring my hand to my opposite shoulder. I'm going to start with my palms facing out. So curl up to the opposite shoulder and slowly down. So one hand, we're going to alternate. One hand, then the other. Feet hip width, knees nice and soft, chest tall. Here we go. We're going to begin. And to opposite shoulder. Good. Breathing out as you lift up. Breathing in as you lower down. Good. 10 seconds. Let's repeat these. 2 more rounds. Get ready. I'm turning my palms to face out. One hand to opposite shoulder. Really slowly as you lower that hand down. Good. Yeah, nice deep breaths here. I was concentrating on my breathing and I kind of stopped talking there. Good, 10 seconds. And we'll do one more round. Here we go, turn those palms up. Good, exhale as you lift that weight up. Nice inhale as you lower down. Great, 10 more seconds. Good. All right, weights down. Excellent, everybody. Can have a drink. We're going to use the wall for this next one. So we're going to stand up tall, arms right out in front, hands against the wall. So my hands are about shoulder height. I'm going to take a step back so my feet are further away than my head. I'm at this incline. And I have a nice straight line from my tailbone to my head. I'm going to drive my knees up one at a time, lifting those knees up nice and high. Good. Taking a nice deep breath. So you can choose your own speed here. I am going not too fast. Excellent. Deep breaths. Good. 10 seconds. We'll repeat that one more time. Give arms a bit of a shake. Hands shoulder height. Step those feet away. Here we go. Driving those knees up high. Make sure you're looking at a spot in between your hands. So not down to the floor or up to the ceiling, because that's putting a bend in your neck. That doesn't feel good. Good. Excellent. Relax here. We have one more round. Good. Step back. Here we go. Good. Nice deep breaths. Drive those knees up high. Good. Excellent. 45 seconds. Great. We're going to hold one weight. This is another pulse exercise. So we're going to hold one weight and we're going to stand in a lunge position. So I'm going to step 1 foot forwards, bend or lift my back heel, drop that back knee, bend that front knee, and from here, up an inch, down an inch. This one might feel a little bit more intense on the knees compared to the squat. So to keep that in mind, you can just bend those knees a tiny bit. Make this appropriate for you. I'm not bending my knees a whole bunch. I just want to take it steady to begin with. So up an inch, down an inch. My back heel is off the floor. You might feel that through your Achilles, through your calf. So just keep that movement really small. We're going to switch to the other side the next round. Good, and stand. Excellent. So let's get into position for the other side. So second foot forwards. I'm going to lift my back heel, drop that back knee down a little bit, and pulse. Up an inch, down an inch. Remember, just a very small movement. Nice deep breaths, and we're standing tall. Relax through those shoulders. Deep breaths. Good, and up. Excellent. For the last round, we're going to just do a lunge. So alternating feet, we're going to step into that forward lunge. Stepping one foot forward, bend that knee, lower the back knee, and back to center. Inhale as you lower down. Exhale as you stand up. Good, relax through the shoulders. Good. There you go, 45 seconds. Relax the weight. Good, very good. Grab a drink if you need. One weight next. And we're looking at upper body again. We're going to take this one weight, hold in two hands, up above my head, tall to the ceiling. Going to bend at the elbows, lower that weight nice and slowly behind my head and straight up to the ceiling. Good, no pulsing, just a regular lift here. All right, we have about 5 seconds left before we begin this. Feet hip width apart, knees soft. Let's take that weight up overhead. Inhale, lower behind your head. Exhale, right up to the ceiling again. Good, nice and slowly. Good. Relax that weight for a moment. We have 10 seconds, and then we will repeat this twice more. Cool. Weight up to the ceiling. Bend at the elbows, lower those hands down. Nice and slowly. Good, 10 more seconds. Think about using your breath. Moving slowly. Good. Lower those weights. Great, and let's do this one more time. Weights up above your head. Slowly lower and to the ceiling. Good. Big inhale as you lower. Exhale, and use that exhale to lift. Deep breaths. Good, and relax. Wonderful. Good, take a break. We're going to stand with our feet a little wider than hip width, about shoulder width, maybe even wider. Nice wide feet. I'm going to take one hand at a time. I'm going to reach for my opposite foot and back up and then alternate. Thinking about keeping a flat back, so a straight line from my tailbone to my head. I'm hinging at the hip here. Hinging, you can see, here my back is still flat. And back up. My knees are soft. I'm reaching for my opposite foot. Here we go. Breathing out as I reach down. Breathing in as I stand up. I don't need to touch that foot. I just need to use my breath, reach in that direction. Make sure those knees are soft, a bend in your knees. Good. 10 seconds. Great, let's do that again. One hand reaches for the opposite foot. Inhale as you lower. Exhale to stand. Good. All right, relax here. 10 seconds. And let's do this one more time. Feet a little wider than hip width. Knees nice and soft. Hinge. Sticking that bum out behind you. Reaching for the opposite foot. Good, nice deep breaths. Keep the knees soft. Excellent, 45 seconds. And relax for a moment. One more of our pulse movements. So holding one weight. I'm going to hold that weight in a nice easy grip. We're going to do a curtsy. The curtsy is going to be a pulsing curtsy. So I'm going to have to switch up sides. I'm going to take my right leg, step diagonally back, bend my knees, and then I'm going to go up an inch, down an inch in this position. Halfway through, I'll tell you to switch and we'll go the other way. So standing up tall, let's step that right foot back, bend the knees into that curtsy, up an inch, down an inch. Keep that chest nice and tall. Small movements. Great, let's switch sides. Left foot back. Deep breaths. Small movements. Losing my balance. Good, and back to center. Excellent, we'll repeat that 2 more times. I'm going to start moving my left foot first this time. Step that left foot back into that curtsy, up an inch, down an inch. Shoulders relaxed. Deep breaths. Good, and switch. Chest is tall. A nice loose grip or easy grip on your weight. Good, and back to center. 10 seconds and then we'll repeat that one more time. Here we go, last time here. Step back with that right foot. Good, and let's switch. Deep breath, shoulders relaxed. Ooh, almost overbalanced. Okay, we're done. Good, very good. 45 seconds, we have one more exercise to go. All right, I can really feel it in my legs. We're going to take one weight at a time. And we're going to do a bicep curl and an overhead press. So you pick my hand up with that bicep curl and press overhead. Watch how I have 2 rotations of my arm. My arm starts on my side. I come up to my shoulder. Now my palm is facing me, so my arm is rotated. When I push up overhead, now my palm is facing away from me, so my arm is rotated again. I want the same thing on the way down. Excuse me, just a little bit slower. So you can be faster on the way up if you can, if you feel confident. And then nice and slow on the way down. Good. Big exhale as you push up slowly as you lower. Great. 10 seconds here. We're going to switch to the opposite hand. And we'll do the same thing here, starting with your palm facing the side of your body. So we have that rotation and again, rotating both in both movements. So rotate with that bicep curl and with that overhead press. Good, nice and slowly down. Good. So 10 seconds here. Let's pick up the second weight. We're going to alternate from one side to the other. Still one hand at a time. One hand. And then the other side. Good. Excellent. Couple more. See if we can do one more each side. We just have less than 5 seconds left. I'm going to do one more. Good. And relax those arms. Great. Excellent. Very good. Grab a drink if you want to. Time to work on balance. So let's make sure that we are within an arm's reach of some support furniture. I use the wall. You can use a chair, table, back of the sofa, kitchen counter, whatever it might be. Let's make sure we're close to that now so we can stay safe. We're going to stand with our feet one in front of the other and try and have those feet as close together as we can. So my knees are soft, I'm standing up tall, my feet are relaxed. It's tricky, but let's try and get the weight even between both feet. I feel myself moving around all over here. So I might have to take my foot out to the side for a little bit more stability today. You could bring your foot forwards for more stability too. But I think I would like to be able to stand still, so I'm just going to come out to the side a bit here. Sometimes it's easy to do, and then other times balance is a little more difficult, and that's okay. So standing up tall, let's take our arms up to the ceiling. Taking deep breaths all the time. Bring those arms out to the side. I'm going to aeroplane those arms. Good, nice and slowly. Good, and relax those arms. So switch those feet around. And weight even between both feet. Feet as close as we can while maintaining our balance. Good, we can take those arms out to the side again. Let's reach one forwards, one backwards. And let's go the other way. Back to center. And relax. Good, set those feet apart. Good, we're going to stand on one foot a little bit. So let's work on standing on our left foot. The left foot is going to hold your weight, should be nice and relaxed, knees soft. And I'd like you to tap that right heel forwards. Standing up nice and tall, let's take a moment to find something to look at that isn't moving, something to focus your eyes on here. You're going to lift this heel and look forwards. Heel is not lifted a lot, it's very close to the floor, but it is off the ground. I'm going to reach one hand forwards. Take nice deep breaths and focus on that thing that's not moving. Good, if you can, let's take that second hand up. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Feet on the floor. Excellent. Let's switch now. We're going to stand on our right foot and tap that left heel forward. Again, let's take a moment to find something that isn't moving. Focus our eyes on. Good. Take that heel off the floor. And then one arm. Good. Let's reach the other hand up. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Excellent. We're going to come up onto our toes here, up onto our tiptoes. We're going to hold for just a moment. I should turn this way. Show you how I'm using the wall. Holding up on our toes. And see if you can walk forwards. A couple of steps. Forwards and backwards. So let's relax those heels. And then I want you to lift your toes and just hold on your heels. Good, let's come up onto toes. And walk forwards. And backwards. Good, relax those heels. And let's stand on our heels, lift the toes. Good, up onto toes. Walk forwards and backwards. Let's relax the heels and lift. Good, relax our feet. Great. We're going to sidestep our feet. Now, step and tap that toe. Step and tap. Step and good. Let's bring our arms out to the sides. And I'm going to lift one knee. I'm going to step, lift my knee, hold for a moment, step and lift. Step and lift. Try to be relaxed on the foot that's on the floor. Good, nice and slowly. One more each side. Good, and relax those feet. Excellent. Another one here. We're going to do a hip hinge, like a single leg hip hinge. I'm going to stand on my right leg. My knee is soft. That's really important. As I hinge forward at the hip, I'm going to lift my left foot behind me. And then I'll come back to center. We don't have to go too far. I don't need you to be down like this. This leg doesn't need to come any higher than kind of parallel with the floor. So let's try that. You can hold on with your hands. You can reach one hand forwards. You could reach both hands forward. You can hold on with two hands to your support, whatever helps you to keep your balance here. So standing on our right leg, knee soft, hinge forward, lift that back leg. Back leg doesn't need to come more than parallel with the floor. Same with that upper body. It's not a huge movement. We can think about inhaling as we come forward. Exhale, back to center. Once more. Good. Let's try the other side. So you're standing on the left foot. Left knee is nice and soft. Hinge forward. Raise the right leg. Once more here. Good. And feet back to the floor. Excellent. Let's do a little bit on one leg. I'm going to stand on my right foot. I'm going to raise my left foot up off the floor and just hold that way. It feels comfortable. Let's do those arms relaxed by your sides. Stand up nice and tall. Find something to look at that isn't moving and focus your eyes there. Good. We're just standing and being relaxed in this position. Let's let one foot down to the floor. Switch to the other side, onto that left foot. Left knee is nice and soft. Raise the right and look forwards. Good. Relax that foot. It's excellent. Alrighty. Let's stand with our feet a little bit wider than hip width. And let's shift our weight from one foot to the other, lifting through our heels. Nice and slowly. Good. We're going to take one hand and push in that same direction. Reaching one way and then the other. Good. Let's reach across our body. Good. Relax those arms again and let's lift our feet. So stepping from one foot to the other. Good, as you step onto the left foot, let's raise the right. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the right foot, raise the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Onto the left foot, raise the right. Arms up like a Y shape. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and relax. Excellent. Friends, it is time to stretch. Let's take an arm across our body and we'll hold here. Feel that nice stretch through your shoulder, through your upper arm. Take some deep breaths. Good, let's switch to the other side. Reach forward, arm across your body. Good, relax that arm. Let's link our fingers. We're going to push our hands away. You'll feel a nice stretch through the back of your shoulders. Let's relax those arms nice and slowly, and then we're going to have a seat. Good, we'll sit at the edge of our chair to begin with. Stretch one leg forward, heel on the floor, toe to the ceiling. Let's hinge at the hip, hinge forwards. Feel that nice big stretch in the back of your leg. And let's sit up, switch to the other side, heel to the floor, toe to the ceiling, hinge forward. Feel that nice stretch in the back of your leg here. Good, let's sit up. We're going to walk our feet out wide, walk those knees apart. Let's take that right arm up to the ceiling. Hinge at the hip over to the left. Feel that nice big stretch. And down the right side of your body. Good, sit up nice and slowly. Let's switch to the other side, reach and hinge. Good, back to center. Let's bring those feet together. We'll sit stand up. Reach those arms behind us. Reach for the back of the room. Nice big stretch through that chest. Stretch his fingers out. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, wrap those arms around you. Nice tight squeeze. A pat on the back. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you on Friday.